𝒮𝒏 𝑴𝒚. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all new episode of On My Sports. It's your boy John J. And with me as always is my dog, Big Money Sonny. Big Money, what's going on, broski?
What up, dog? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Man, yesterday was a fire Christmas, man, and everybody that's watching and listening, I hope y'all had a wonderful holiday. Big Money, how was your holiday, bro?
Bro, it was dope as hell. It was dope. I want to shout out Lil Durk.
Okay.
It's crazy. Ran into Lil Durk.
Nice.
Met him, shook his hand.
He's
Dude
short,
is
super
so
short,
humble.
Super short, ain't he?
So humble. He gets a bad rap. Dude is so cool, so down to earth. I showed him the pics from the show we went to. Bro, man, shout out Lil Durk, bro.
Yes, sir. That's dope. You know, his one of his tour managers, that's my little homie. We went to high school together. So anytime he come around, you know, we at them shows for the
Bro, I told him we waited out there, got the tickets, all of that, bro. I told him all of that. He was like, wow, bro. I told him how I started listening to him. I know this is completely off topic. I told him how, bro, it was a cool 10 minutes. I'm telling you, I told him how when he was signed to French Montana and I first saw him and he had the Angelo tat, I thought he was a folk on the hustler, so I liked him. He was like, wow. He was like, and then you heard the music. I was like, right. We had a good old laugh about that. I was like, but you know, shit. He was like, man, that's love, bro. He was like, that's hard.
Yeah, that's how he is super cool. He do get a bad rep. The first time I met him was
cool,
before, when I first met him, he was already on, but not as big as he is today. But he was still super cool. I was trying to be like, you know, when you meet somebody, you trying to be cool. Like, yeah, what's up, bro? You know, trying not to be fan mode, but he made me talk. He came up to me, what's good, bro? Shook my hand and all that. Got to chopping it up. So I was like, he real cool. He real short though. That was one my takeaway.
I felt tall.
Yeah. I felt like a big dude.
Yeah,
but
I was like,
but man, and Shawn Michaels with the way y'all at. Hey man, I'm sorry, man. We're a little bit late. I actually had to push the start time back, so technically we on time, but you're right. We got to get a little bit better with that. But how you doing, Shawn Michaels? I hope you had a great holiday, broski. But
shout out Shawn.
But Big Money, man, what was the best thing you saw this Christmas weekend, man? This holiday weekend, it was a lot of options.
Ooh, best thing I saw.
I got one. While you thinking of yours, I can go with mine because it was a lot of options, a lot of football. It was boxing on Saturday, and I hate those early matchups, but it is what it is. But I have to say the best thing I saw was the last thing I saw. Luka going off for the 50 for that nifty.
I promise I was. Hey, I promise I was going there, bro. You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah,
that one was good. And I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised at how good that Giants-Eagles game was. I thought that one was gonna be a wash, like straight up.
You know what?
But it was way more competitive than I thought.
This is gonna sound like, you know what I'm saying, everybody's in the Christmas spirit. This is gonna sound like I'm in full Grinch mode. You know what the best thing I saw was?
What's that?
The meltdown of the Kansas City Chiefs.
That was rough.
It was nah, bro. It was epic. It was epic.
That it was.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
watch. I ain't gonna lie. That was hard to watch.
It was very hard to watch. As a Chiefs fan, it was hard to watch. But let me tell you something. There's beauty in the struggle. Because I tried to tell everybody, their general manager, Brett Veach, bro, he rested on his laurels. And that's one thing you cannot do in the NFL. Like, there's no such thing in the NFL as we'll get them next year. Because you might, boy, 9 times out of 10, you won't. Like you got to maximize your window. And
Facts.
what I'm saying is they messed around and won the Super Bowl last year with a mediocre receiving core, but it was Juju. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was catching. Juju's a possession receiver. He had his best season ever. Miko was balling, but they lost Tyreek. So he was like, you know what? We won a Super Bowl. I could go straight defense. And he did. But you neglected Pat Mahomes.
Facts.
And I loved how I loved how everybody looked like hypocrites. Everybody. Because you got Brock Purdy with everything, and he gets no credit because he has everything. But you got Pat Mahomes, and he's the great Pat Mahomes, but he has nothing. But we got to get him something.
That's true.
Mm.
That's true.
So I love the meltdown of the Kansas City Chiefs. It was beautiful to me. I was like,
They did go backwards. They
yes.
went backwards with that receiving core, and it's starting to bite them on the ass now. You right
Nah,
about that.
bro. It reminded me of that Kanye when it all falls down. Bro, Travis Kelce was out there looking. He was down bad. Taylor Swift was down bad. Pat Egg Travie was melting down on the sideline. Oh, it was beautiful.
I
I never seen
saw
it.
I saw some social media responses going back and forth about who was the actual curse of the team. Was it Taylor Swift or Matt Nagy?
Ooh. Ooh. Bro, I didn't hear that. That's
That's
cold,
a
bro.
tough.
That's cold.
But I will say this though, I ain't gonna lie. Like the Bears fan in me wants to go with the Nagy just to say that everything he did it was just bad on him. But
Right.
I mean the slump kind of started with the Taylor Swift stuff. So
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that. Like,
I mean
I don't
it's
know none of
neither.
her songs.
It's
I
neither.
don't
They
know
need some
one.
weapons.
Bro, if you asked me, like, if one of our topics today would have been like, give me your top 3 favorite Taylor Swift songs, I don't have any. I don't know them.
I promise
But
you.
all I know is she ain't got nothing to do with these dudes dropping balls out here. They are nothing, bro. They have nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, how could you do that? Like, look, bro, look. I don't know if it's true, but there were sources that was saying Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes reached out to Antonio Brown, and he was like, Antonio Brown was like, you know how he is, bro. He was like, they was begging me to come to Kansas City, but the general manager didn't want to bring me in. I was like, ooh,
Wow.
Jarvis Landry. They wanted Jarvis Landry. Veach didn't want to do it. D Hop said, you heard D Hop say he wanted to go there. They wouldn't even give him a workout. That was Veach.
That's crazy. That's the craziest part because that was the perfect marriage lined up.
That was
D-Hop,
perfect.
that was so perfect. Everybody
Bro,
and their mama thought that
Odell
was
couldn't
supposed to be
even
some
get a
shit.
visit. Odell wanted to visit. They wouldn't even give Odell a visit. That was Veach.
That's crazy.
I was like, wow, this is it, bro. Look, look, look. That's why it was beautiful. Because you thought it was sweet last year. You thought it was so sweet. Y'all skated it and got that chip. And you was like, we can do it again. Nah, bro. Nah. It's the NFL. I just heard Jamar Chase say not too long ago, and I know y'all heard it too. He said Justin Jefferson is willing to come there and he's willing to take less money to make it work. They all got to take less money to make it work. Bro, what are you doing? What are we doing? You got Pat Mahomes. You are wasting. I know I can't say I know that might sound crazy that I'm about to say, like, you can't waste this man's championship window because they haven't. They've been to 3 and got 2. I don't want to come across like that, but you wasted this season. Look how this season's going, bro. It's wide open.
Yeah.
If he had Odell or D Hop, just one of them dudes with Rasheed Rice and Travis Kelce, my God, it'd be a whole different thing, bro. That's crazy. They would still be the Chiefs.
They'd be number
bro,
1. They'd be the 1 seed.
When the hell, I never thought in my whole life, bro, that I would ever live to see Pat Mahomes led offense only averaged 5 points in the fourth quarter.
And I tell you, the worst thing about that is the Raiders won that game without without completing a pass after the first quarter.
It was beautiful.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it was
insane.
beautiful.
How could you win the game without completing the pass after the first quarter?
Because they melted down, bro. They completely just came to a. It was crazy, bro. It's over. It's over for the Chiefs. Wow.
Yeah, they got some work to do this off season.
Yeah, they do, bro.
They got some
Beach.
work to do this off season. I
We
mean, they
looking
still
at you, Beach.
they
We
still
looking
gonna
at
win
you,
that
Beach.
division, just because that division is bad and we thought it was supposed to have been good 2 years ago.
Division is trash. So they go skate. They go get a home playoff game because that division is trash. But then when you go on the road, woo, and look, bro, even though they got one home playoff game, and everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, we ain't never seen Pat Mahomes play a road playoff game," bro. The way shit's looking right now, we're not gonna see him play a road playoff game. They gonna get that one home game and get their ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen. Cause KT and the crew gonna drop everything they see.
They might luck up that one home game they gonna win because it might be against
Who?
well
Because
I
look,
gotta
they the
look at
three
who
seed.
they
They're the 3 seed right now. The 6 seed is Buffalo. They're not beating
yeah no
Buffalo.
they not beating Buffalo right now.
Buffalo coming right back in there. They're gonna knock their ass out.
They
They
not
going
beating
home.
Buffalo right now. That's a problem.
I don't see it, bro. Yeah,
That's a problem. Unless they
they
get
can't be.
unless they get lucky though, and in the matchup fall their way. Like I don't know, maybe another shot at where's Denver at? Denver is they outside
Nah,
of being
they way out of it.
way out of it. They like a game out
Yeah.
of it.
Like two, they lost. They lost, so they fell back two.
Okay, okay.
So I think they percentage was only like 29% to get in. It's crazy. They were showing the percentage during the game. I was crying. I was like, I love the analytics, bro. They be funny. Man.
Yeah. It's crazy. They might mess
And then
around.
check this out. Like, look, if something I can't remember what it is, but if I think it's like Baltimore and Miami, like they could swap. Like if Miami win and Baltimore lose, they'll move up. Baltimore will come down to the 2. But there's something else, bro. Like Cleveland could end up the 6 seed. Kansas City can't beat them neither.
Yeah,
Like I was
no,
looking
Joe
at it like,
Flacco been going crazy.
yeah, I was like, they're not. I don't see who they could beat. Like I think the playoff crew, any of them can go in there and win this year because they don't got nothing, bro. They got nothing.
Yeah, yeah. It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah,
But
everybody in the AFC could go in there and win this year,
yeah,
man.
hopefully they.
Unless, but you know what? You know what would be crazy though? What if you remember like the last 2 Super Bowls they won? Their defense was ranked 29th and 26th. But then the playoffs happened and they just start, oh, they
And
became a great
that's
defense.
honestly that's why I'm still a little reluctant to just completely put them out of it because they could still
What
go.
if
Like
everybody
that
just
defense
starts
is
catching in the
still.
playoffs? Because I caught, did you catch what he did yesterday? You catch what he said yesterday? Pat, he was like, yeah, I got to be better. We all got to be better. But he was like, I'm telling you, man. He was like, if we could just clean this up. He was like, we clean this up, we could beat anybody. I was like, it had me thinking. I was like, what if they just automatically just start catching
They
everything?
can though.
Everybody's
They
catching
can
everything.
though. The confidence of a champion is a whole nother ball game. So they definitely can. Oh, and I got to go back on one thing you said about the Taylor Swift. If I ever had you name songs, I promise you, under no circumstances will you ever have to worry about that. Cause I don't have a clue any song she's ever made. So hey, but
Thank you.
I just had to
That's
mention
pressure because I
that. I
was
just
like,
had to mention that.
I love
Nothing
Taylor Swift.
against
I
her.
just don't
She
know her
she seemed
songs.
cool, but I just that's not my thing.
I don't know her songs at all, bro.
Yeah, same here. Um, so yeah, there's that. But man, some more games that went down this past weekend. We saw the Dolphins Dolphins with a big win against the Cowboys. They finally beat. Okay, so it's, this is an interesting one because the knock on the Dolphins is they haven't been able to beat the good teams. But
Knock
that's
on
the
both
knock on
of
the
them.
Cowboys as well. So does it matter? Does it count as a win against a good
No,
team?
yeah, it does. It does though. Like, look, either way, like whoever won the game, and it was dope, bro. That was the game. Like, I was looking forward to the 49ers Baltimore game, but I was watching that game because I was like, you know what? It's gonna tell me what I need to know about these two teams as far as like where they can go with it. Dallas 7-0 at home, 3-5 on the road.
Yeah.
Miami could light anybody up any given time, but when they play teams over 500, they always lose. I don't know what it is. It's crazy.
Yeah,
They even lost to the
it
Chiefs.
was
They
a good
lost to the
win.
Chiefs.
It was
It's
a
crazy.
strong win for them. It kind of helped. I ain't gonna say get rid of that stigma, but it did help lower it a little bit. And they got another big one coming up this coming week against Baltimore, which if they put up a good showing against that, ain't nobody saying that no more.
Nah, and that was a quality win against Dallas. And shout Dallas because Dak took him down there and scored and did what he had to do, bro. And then so did Tua. Tua marched down there in 3 plays, bro. Ended the game. It was 3 plays. Damn, I was like, damn, Tua,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It was down in field goal, and it was over.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, damn.
it was an impressive showing.
Without Jalen Waddle, I was like, yeah, he put on for the city, bro. Shout out Tua. And what I noticed is like they both got holes though. See, I was watching it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so you know how it is in a one and done situation, the best teams don't always win. So I always be watching this time of the year to see who's hot, who's not, and
Who
like
got that clutch gene?
yeah, and like if you got your A game at what time, what would it take to beat you? And what I got from that game, Miami and Dallas, was like neither one of them had their A game that day, but it was a gritty game. Dallas still struggles against the run, and Miami's defense is shaky. They can get hit, bro, for real. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if Dallas would have caught them in Irving, they would have blew their ass out for real, bro. I was like, damn, like Miami was getting hit. Jalen Ramsey and Howard was getting torched, bro. I was like,
Yep.
And Dallas, like, they good. Their defense is cool and all that. People still ain't blocking Michael Parsons. They letting him run free. They running right at him. He can't do nothing about it. It's crazy. I mean, Dallas scored a lot of points, but that defense is shaky. And Miami scored a lot of points. That defense is shaky. Kudos to Miami for getting the win. I would have said the same thing about the Cowboys if they got the win. It was
Yeah.
quality. It showed me
And
like they can.
it's time that everybody started giving CeeDee Lamb some respect as one of the top receivers. He's top.
Bro, I was about to say
he's
that.
one of
Like,
those.
I know this down year. Like, I've been hearing a lot of people hate. Like, oh,
He's
it's a down year for receivers because Joe Burrow is out and Chase don't got him, and then Justin Jefferson's been hurt. So it ain't the usual suspects. But bro, we gotta show love to 2 receivers. You know what I'm saying? 2, CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk. Both
Yeah.
of them is
Yeah.
probably top 5 legit. They go crazy. These ain't the same dudes from a couple of years ago, bro. They completely different. CD looked like he been hitting the weights. He got bigger. His hands is more secure. He's running routes better. All of that, bro. I'm
I
seeing all
wish,
of that.
and I know it's a couple years over past, but I wish they would have held on to Amari Cooper.
Hey Cooper, oh
If
my
if they
gosh,
would have
bro.
had them two together still, sky's the limit.
Yeah,
They probably had that number 1 seed right now locked down,
yeah.
especially with the showing that Amari Cooper just put up. Um, and man, fantasy
With Joe
football,
Flacco.
I
Did
actually
that with Joe Flacco. Dak and them.
I ate off of that. Amari Cooper got me into the finals of fantasy football. I got
In
him
the
on my squad.
fantasy?
I got Amari Cooper, and he gave me he gave me a big night, big night. He got
Yeah.
me in the finals, so shout out to that.
Yeah. Amari.
265 and 2 tuds. That was a sick performance by Mr. Cooper.
Yeah,
And
that was one of the greatest receiver games I ever seen in my life.
yeah,
I was like, damn,
yeah,
he went in. I
and
remember him.
and
All the great games I ever seen. Randy Moss, that game on Christmas against Dallas, that Megatron game where he hurdled that dude. He had like 198. Tyreek Hill with Pat Mahomes that against Tampa Bay, the year that Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. I don't know if you remember. He had 200 yards in the first half.
yeah,
201, 10 catches. I remember those games. That was one of those games. I was like, damn,
yeah.
he's
That
going
he put
crazy.
him on his back.
Yeah.
He's loving Joe Flacco over there because he's looking for him.
And bro, what is that? What does that do for Deshaun? What is that? I mean, I guess it don't do nothing because he's guaranteed 230, so it's still his job. But
he got
man,
work to do though. I
yeah,
will say
like
though, he was hitting up Cooper a lot though. Um I was getting good points from Cooper with Deshaun there. I can't trip on that. I can't complain, but it just leveled up with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco always had a cannon for an arm
like
though.
why is it like we're not saying I'm not saying Joe Flacco is even on Deshaun Watson's level,
Well,
but
well, let
why
me
do
let me
they?
stop you there. Cause one thing that Joe Flacco, his strength has always been Deshaun's biggest weakness, and that's the arm strength. Joe Flacco
Okay,
has always been able to sling it. He's always been able to cut through that wind and go deep. And you seeing that now. A lot of deep passes. Whereas Deshaun Watson, he's he's not good at all at the deep ball. That's not his thing. His arm strength is, I give him an 80 out of 100. Like he's a mid range guy, a middle of the field guy. He'll
damn.
go deep from time to time, but you'll notice it started to get wobbly. Like it ain't there. He ain't got the arm strength. He never really did though. That was his not coming out of college. Um, Accurate on the short to middle of the field, but that deep ball is just, it's not his jam. So and that's something that Flacco, that was always been his strength. Is his
Man,
arm strength.
Flacco still, bro. That's real.
He could he
Yeah.
could he could sling it. And then I want to take a minute to give a shout out and show some respect to a team that I never wanted to shout out and show respect to because it's a division rival, but I love watching them play. The Detroit Lions. Congratulations to them, man. The first division title in 30 years. 30 years? 30 years. Aiden Hutchinson is from that area, and that's the first title he's seen ever. That's sick. That's sick. That was a big win for them. And it was a good game against the Vikings. They had them on the ropes for a little bit. But shout out to the Lions, man. That's a fun offense to watch. And I hate to say it because it's the Detroit Lions, me being a Bears fan, but that's a team that I really want to see go deep and make a deep playoff run just because they so fun to watch. The style of play, the two running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs, the perfect counterparts to one another. Amon-Ra St. Brown, aka the Sun God, catching everything across the middle.
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, I'm like
Hey,
it.
this is coming from a diehard Bears fan, but
No, I don't like
it's
it.
a fun team to watch, man. There's very few teams
Nah,
that
they
I enjoy
shout
watching
Detroit.
more this year.
Shout out Detroit. What up, though? Everybody in Detroit. But yeah, I don't believe in the Lions like that. I think they get popped first game in the playoffs, depending on the matchup. Playoffs is all about matchups.
There you go. It's all about the matchups. Because
But
it's a
you know
few
what?
teams with the
Here's the
same
thing.
type of holes they have, though.
Here's the thing, though. Not the first. I don't think they lose the first game because they'll be at home.
But it's all about getting hot at the right time, honestly,
Right.
and who you
Right.
match up against.
But like, I don't. You know what? You know what? I need to see what they look like this week, Saturday when they come here.
Yeah,
I need to see what they look like.
yeah, that's gonna be a
When they
good
play
one.
Dallas, I need to see what the fuck they look like. Straight up.
That's gonna be a good one. I think the only knock on them, one, like just like the Eagles, they secondary. That's where you can get them at. Although Them young dudes is balling. Branch and Melifonwu, they've been
And
looking
they
good.
said to me that, yeah. See, I was gonna say that, like, I like the young boys in the secondary. I think they're doing a good job, like, considering. But I feel like they front seven is to be had because they really only got one pass rusher, and you can gash him on that other side. You know what I'm saying? Wherever he's at,
And
because
it's
he moves
and it's
wherever he
also
goes.
it's
Opposite.
it's also which I'm blanking on his name now. All of a sudden, I just had it in my head. The quarterback, Goff. Which version of Jared Goff shows up? You know, because he can have a big game, but then he can also have a high turnover game, which we saw both times he played the Bears. So
Right.
that's definitely something to look at for them, to watch out for them. But that's a team that might sneak up on some people, man. It's all about getting
Nah.
hot, and that offense can compete with any offense in the league, like straight up. Um, and Ben Johnson, he is maniacal in his play calling. He's gonna be the top coach um, this offseason to get signed.
Yeah, I need to see them this Saturday. That's gonna tell me a lot about them.
Yeah. Um, I think with a good showing, it'll definitely solidify them with some as far as one of those top tier contenders. But
Oh,
I
no
think
doubt.
regardless, my questions are answered. Um, I'm not saying that they are a championship favorite or any of that, but like I said, it's about getting hot. They can get there. They can compete with the best of them. I think that offense, at least.
Here's my thing. Like, yeah, no, I feel that. You know what I love to see? I would love for them to have their first playoff game in the Ford Field. I would love for the visitor to be the LA Rams.
Ooh, that'll be a fun matchup.
Nah,
That'll be a
bro.
fun matchup.
Nah. Matthew Stafford coming back.
Yeah,
Jared Goff playing a team who sent him there.
yeah. That'll be a fun matchup.
Ooh.
That'll be
Ooh.
storylines. Um, plus, that receiving matchup. That
Yeah.
receiving matchup would be a fool. Puka Nakua,
Bro,
then Cooper
that'd be a
Cup.
classic. I feel like that'd be a classic first round matchup.
Yeah,
Like,
that would
man,
be fire. That would be absolute fire. I can't even lie.
they gonna boo the shit out of Matthew Stafford. They gonna boo the hell out of Matthew Stafford. He coming back in there beating his chest with a chip. Ooh, man, say,
Yeah, you're
make
right.
that happen. Let's make that happen.
Yeah,
Let's manifest that.
I, I like it. I like it. I like it. We can do that.
Yeah, cause look, bro, we're gonna get to it later, like all-star teams and all of that. I'm one of them people that's like, I want everybody healthy and I want everybody at their best. You know what I'm saying? I want the stars. I don't want no whack teams to make it. I want everybody solid, everybody just, I would love to see that first round. First round. Give me that. Boom boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Give me
I like it a lot. I can't even lie. And
yeah.
shout out to Buffalo. They kind of turning things around, even though Josh Allen is still turning the ball over, but they're playing a lot better right now. Um, so shout out to them. They look like they gonna definitely be in the playoffs. Where at first it looked like they was
Oh,
done.
yeah, who wants to play Buffalo right now in the playoffs? Nobody.
Nobody.
I guarantee even Baltimore would not want to see them first round. Man, are you kidding me? Or like, look, bro, it can happen because they're the seventh seed right now, right? So if the playoffs started today, they would play the two, who is Miami. They beat the shit out of
They
Miami.
did.
So they went to Miami and beat the shit out of Miami. If they knock Miami off, the lower seed plays the higher seed. Baltimore, it's in Baltimore, but it's Josh Allen. He done ended your season twice in the playoff. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I want them type of matchups. I don't want nobody getting let off the hook. Nah, don't let nobody off the
I
hook.
will say though, in defense of Baltimore last year, Lamar wasn't there. Um, that was it last year or the year before where it was Huntley. Huntley the one that took that L because Lamar was hurt.
That was last year, yeah.
Yeah, Lamar missed the last few games of the year, including the
He
playoffs.
wasn't there, so that ain't on him, bro. Yeah, but still, I would love that. I want the hardest matchups. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
want
like
that.
that though. That's a
I would
unique
like
one.
Philly or Dallas. I would like Philly or Dallas to lose one more time or something like that. And I know their records are so good, but I'm just wishing. This is wishful thinking. I wish one of them could be like the 6th seed and win the playoff, and then we see they ass as soon as we get the bye, but then we come right to them, Philly or Dallas, because it's here. I want that. That's how I want my playoff, nigga. I want my playoff served. I want the best to play the best every damn round. Boom, boom, boom. Like how Kansas City never had no cupcake matchup. They always had to play Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, whoever, bro. You know what I'm saying? No running. Like T
Yeah,
say, you can't run. Ain't no,
make
you
the
can run when you're a boxer. The
whoever
NFL,
becoming
you ain't
champs,
running.
make them really have to earn that joint.
You gotta earn it, bro. Yeah, you gotta earn it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel great about it, bro. Like, whew, that's just how. That's just me. That's what kind of fan I am. I want everybody there. I don't want nobody hurt. But unfortunately, everybody got injured people that ain't gonna be there. But for the most part, everybody's whole. So it's gonna be dope, bro. I can't wait. Like I cannot wait. I wish we could just scrap these games, get right to the playoffs.
I feel
Like
you.
for real.
I feel you. So let's look ahead. Because we coming down to those dog days. We got 2 weeks left in the season. And it's a few more big matchups coming up this week, man. We've already talked about the Dolphins going to Baltimore, um,
Yeah.
and the Lions going to the Cowboys. Both are gonna be amazing games.
Woo!
Lions and
Those should be
Cowboys
prime time.
Saturday night
Both of
prime time.
them prime
The
time.
Dolphins Ravens should be prime time, but it's not. It's a 12 o'clock start.
Oh, I mean, the fan to me, I love it, but that needs to be the night game. What are they doing? Come on,
I agree.
NFL, y'all.
I totally agree. Um, But then we got a couple good fringe playoff teams going at it too. This gonna mean a lot for those last couple seeds. We got you got the Raiders at the Colts. Surprisingly enough, that's a playoff match or a fringe playoff
Colts are the
matchup to
five
get in.
seed. The Colts are the 5 seed. That's a playoff matchup. They can't lose. They got to keep winning.
Yeah. And they tied with the Jags for that division lead. So that's a big one. And then the Saints and the Buccaneers, another fringe one, is a fringe playoff team in the Saints, but also trying to win a division.
Yeah,
Trying
that's
to
for
win
the
a
division.
division and the wild card is still a possibility.
Yeah,
Um, and then the Steelers and the Seahawks. Steelers at the Seahawks.
that's a big game, bro. Because
Of
Seattle fell
course.
out. They got to keep winning to get back in. And Seattle, it's crazy. Like you, it's funny though, bro. I just was like, what the hell? I couldn't believe you saying that about Detroit. You about to say the same thing about me. But I want Seattle to get in the playoffs because they play people tough. You feel me?
I'm not gonna say that about you because I agree. Earlier in
I
the
hate
season,
the
Seattle
Seahawks,
was
bro.
one of my sleepers.
I hate the Seahawks. I hate Russell Wilson. I hated Richard Sherman until he became a 49er. I hate Cam Chancellor. I hate Beast Mode and I love Beast Mode at the same time. I hate Pete Carroll. I hate Reggie Bush for not even being on the Seahawks, just being coached by Pete Carroll. Like, I don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
you, you sound like, oh well, I hate Wesley Snipes because his lips are black.
That was some Bernie shit. Shout out Bernie. Nah, but I was just saying that to make the point. I don't like them, but I want them to win because they damn near went to Dallas and knocked off Dallas. Like, that's a quality opponent. They need to be in the playoffs. I need
Yeah,
them in the
and
playoffs.
and we saw their performance against Philly.
Man, you see what I'm saying? That's what that bro. They can beat the good teams. They need to be in. Like
But I was
we can't
very
control it.
like I was very high on them drinking the Kool-Aid this offseason, leading up. That was one of the teams that I said, watch out for them. They're a sleeper team. I liked what they
Bro,
did in the
motherfuckers
draft
say
and free
gonna
agency.
win the division. People were saying it like I was like, wait, we ain't gonna win the division. They said the Seahawks. Then I looked at their roster and was like, damn, Lockett, Smith and Jigba, DK. Man, I was like, they got
Both of the running backs, Kenneth Walker, and I love Zach
and
Charbonnet coming
Chardonnay,
out of
Charbonnet.
UCLA.
Woo!
I
I
was a
was
big
like,
fan of
boy,
him
them
coming
boy.
out.
Yeah, and they defense, they got better on defense. They picked up Leonard Williams from the Giants. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So I definitely had high expectations for them this coming into this year. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
I need them to win, but I also it's crazy. I also want Pittsburgh to win because it's Mike Tomlin. It's hard. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a real tough one, and I'm sure that's a name we're gonna talk about a lot over these next few weeks leading up to the end of the season. Whether they end up moving on from him or he decides to move on, it's probably time though for that relationship to come to an end.
Mm.
Um, but then, in addition to that, Bengals at Chiefs. That's another important game because the Bengals, believe it or not, are still in this thing.
Bro, the Bengals is dangerous, bro. I don't see how Kansas City wins that game. I don't see it. It's crazy.
Well, they did last week showed that Browning they could get to a good defense could get to Browning.
No doubt, no doubt. And the Chiefs got a good D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Sunday night the primetime game. The reason why we not getting the Ravens and the Dolphins on prime time is because you got the division matchup between the Packers and Vikings. Now, although I would rather see the Ravens and Dolphins in that matchup, it's still a good one. These are,
I'm not watching.
they both fighting to get into that wild card seed, so somebody gonna get
I'm not
eliminated with that
watching.
one.
Bro, that's a good game, but I'm not even watching it. I'm not even watching it. That's whack. I can't believe they pissed me off, bro. I can't believe they didn't flex that game, man. Come on, man.
They should
It should
have,
if Dallas,
but
if
it
that
still
ain't Dallas,
matters.
Detroit, that's Miami, Baltimore. Dallas, Detroit, Miami, Baltimore. They put Dallas on Saturday.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm with you. It should definitely be the Ravens and the Dolphins, without a doubt. Even when you looked at the schedule coming into the season, you had to look at this one and say, "Oh no, this is my game this week."
come on, yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. But in the end, it's still a matchup of two fringe playoff teams. That's the theme of this weekend: fringe playoff matchups. We got a lot of them, so some real good games. It's gonna be a fire week in the NFL. But how about the so we this actually happened last week right after we had our taping. It always happens like this, but Chicago Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson, he's on a radio show weekly on 670 The Score in Chicago. And he had some interesting comments about Justin Fields. You know, everybody from the Chicago media to the national media is talking about whether or not the Bears are going to move on from Justin Fields. And it's probably 50-50 between everybody on what they should do. You and I are both on record of saying that we're pro Justin Fields and they need to keep him around. And I
Yes,
honestly, I think that they will. That's just
they better.
that's just
They
how I
better.
feel. I
Yeah.
said a few weeks ago if they won 3 out of the last 4, that they would probably bring everybody back. If they finish the season at 8-9, coming from a year ago when they was 3-14, that's a hell of an improvement. I don't see how you can move on from everybody with an improvement like that. But
That's real.
Jalen Johnson was on the radio station and he's on record as saying that they think if they well, for one, they all love Justin Fields, and you hear that from every player that's coming out of that locker room. But
Mm.
he says he thinks it might be a mutiny on their hands if they move on from Justin Fields. They might not rock with a rookie, and none of them believe that any of the rookies are going to be better than Fields. So what do you
That's
what do you
powerful,
think
bro.
about that, man?
Hey, they standing on business. I love it, bro. I love that. I was like, sad, man. But
And this
the
coming
sad
from,
reality, I loved it. I was proud of the locker room. The locker room is spoken, bro. Like,
and let me just mention that this is coming from Jalen Johnson, who is a free agent coming up. It
right,
ain't even no guarantee he's gonna be back, but he's talking like, I want to play with Justin.
right. That's hey, bro. I was so proud of them for sticking together and sticking by that man, bro. Because they close to the situation. They know what they got, bro, and they know he ain't really getting a fair shake. But you know, it's the nature of the beast. And with that being said, like I loved everything about it, but they don't write the check, so the ownership probably don't give a fuck about all that mutiny shit. They if they want Caleb Williams, it's gonna be Caleb Williams, and y'all just gonna have to roll with it or not play here. That's how they gonna look at it. But I love the attitude, and I love the brotherhood and all of that. It's crazy. Like I wondered, like not being a Bears fan, like what kind of locker room they had and who was the leaders in there. Bro, they showed me, bro. They stood on business. I respect them. I respect everybody in that locker room for that because I'm a huge Justin Fields fan, and I feel like you know they just need to let him grow and let him keep doing what he's doing, bro. He's good. He needs a better coach, but I got to get a coach's credit. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't figure something out, so you got to rock with him one more year. And
Yeah,
I said,
they've
I
shown
said,
massive
bro with
improvements.
Justin, bro with Justin, go get him Marvin Harrison Jr. and let's see how that works out. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah, and what I'll say about the coaching staff, we've seen mass improvements. I'm still not sold on Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator, though. I still feel like he does not know how to coach with a lead. He does not know how to call a game with a lead.
That's
Um,
real, man.
and you got a 230-pound quarterback that is just as capable of a tush push as Jalen Hurts, but yet you
Yeah,
still choose to go out wide on 4th and 1.
right.
I don't get that.
And
Like,
see, stay right there. That's how I view him. I think he's Jalen Hurts with a better arm. For real. And if you put the pieces around him and you get the right coach around him, we looking at look, bro. If they did everything I just said, get the right coach around him, get the right pieces around him, then Mike Tannenbaum and all those NFL insiders who people thought was committing blasphemy by saying Justin Fields was going to take the leap to MVP candidate this year, they would be right. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, if he was in San Francisco, they wouldn't be fronting on him with these same numbers that Brock Purdy got. They would be like, nah, Justin Fields has arrived. And I feel like he's right there, bro. Like, don't give up on him. Like, if you give up on Justin Fields for Caleb Williams, that might be dope. That might be a great thing. But what you did was let him go to Atlanta and become the new Mike Vick, and that could be dangerous. That could be
yeah,
hazardous to your organization because you got to see him. He's in the NFC.
one thing that I don't like to hear every time I'm tapped in, even though I'm here in the Dallas area. I'm tapped in to all things Chicago. I'm listening to the radio stations back. I don't even listen to the radio here. I listen to
Right.
Chicago radio stations. Um, and a lot of the fans have an issue with the lack of passing yards. But I think too many people are focused on the superficial passing stats, but you gotta add in the rushing numbers because that is so rare for a quarterback to be able to do that. You gotta
Right.
combine those stats. Like over the last 17 games, all purpose, he's got about 4,300 yards, 20 something touchdowns. Like that's dope. Like that's amazing. But so many people are looking at the passing stats, but you gotta put them together. You got a
Now you
quarterback
you
that can
add
give you
them
1,000
together.
yards rushing.
Hey, and I don't like, and I feel that, bro, because I don't like how they added for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, but not Justin. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
They did it for Cam. They added his pass and rushing. It's like how they do for Christian McCaffrey. They don't just look like he's leading the league in rushing yards. Don't get me wrong. But when you think of CMC, you think of scrimmage yards. You think of both.
All purpose. Yeah.
All purpose. You feel me?
It's
And
all
that's Justin
purpose.
Fields, bro. Like, damn. Like when you look at his numbers, bro, they've been losing and they don't get in the playoffs, but he's been solid, bro.
Like
He's
I
not
heard
flop. Flop.
a lot of people complain about and Shawn Michaels say y'all killing this shit. Appreciate that, broski. Appreciate that.
Heard
But I
up.
heard a lot of complaints still, even after they beat the Cardinals, that it wasn't the performance that we needed from Justin Fields. What? He ran for 100 yards. What the hell?
Crazy.
I mean, so what? The passing stats weren't there. The all purpose, he still had, 270 yards combined and 2 touchdowns? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, man.
So,
Nothing's wrong with that. That's solid.
yeah.
That's pro. He's earning his money. He's getting better, bro. Like I don't like the hate, bro. I feel like it's like
And
I don't even know. Like
DJ Moore got hurt on the first play of the game, and Cole Kmet got hurt at halftime. So what
right,
else could he do but run?
right.
And everybody knew he
Yeah.
was gonna run, and they still couldn't stop it.
Mm.
Come on, man. He got elite running ability.
Bro, he's a star.
I'm willing to wait on the passing stats to get there. Bring in Marvin Harrison, like you say, and
Yeah,
I would like to. I'm not against
and then like
Eberflus. Eberflus is so, but I definitely would like to see at least another play caller, somebody that can
get
maximize what he
like
can do.
I'm with you, bro. Like Luke Getzey just trash, bro. Like give them an offensive coordinator, bro, and let's see what they can do. Like for real. Bro, I don't know what everybody's tripping on, bro. Justin Fields can throw the damn ball. They just don't scheme it right, bro. They don't call it. I don't know what that dude's doing. And it's crazy. I used to blame it on Flus, but it was dude. It's dude.
Yeah,
What's his name, bro?
Luke Getzey.
It's Gatsy, bro. I don't like the play calling. I don't like the designs. I don't like the scheme. None of it. I'm like, oh, it's so whack. It's vanilla. It's predictable. You're not maximizing the kid's talent at all, bro. I'm telling you, like you could
Yeah.
do so much
Go.
well.
Hey,
Like
I wouldn't even be against going and tapping the college well for OC. Give me a play caller from somebody,
give me a play
a
call from
young mind. Let me get a young
give
up
me
and
Lane
coming mind.
Kiffin or one of them. They like to
Lane
throw the
Kiffin.
ball
There you
right.
go. That's a
You
name
know?
that I thought the Cowboys should have took a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
But hey, I digress. And speaking of college coaches, the biggest name on the potential market is Jim Harbaugh. Everybody been talking about what's gonna happen with Jim Harbaugh, and rumor has it that he's sitting on a contract offer from Michigan. Is quite nice. And he's mulling it over whether or not he's gonna sign, but it's rumored to be 10 years at 125 million. But the caveat is for this year coming up, 2024, you can't entertain the NFL. So what do you think is gonna happen with Big Jim? You think he gonna entertain that? You think he gonna take that deal, or you think that NFL itch is just real strong?
Yeah, it's tough, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't know because like you said a lot right there, and that's a lot to think about. But then you got to think about this too. Like the NCAA said last week that they investigated and found out he was lying to them about this stuff that happened this year. So he got additional punishment coming, and they talking about real live punishment. So I don't know if he gonna want to go through all of that. That 10-year 125 sounds nice, but
He might also be able to get that in the NFL. Somebody in NFL will match that. We just saw Gruden. They still paying off his $100 million contract.
Yeah.
So,
And then think about this, bro. Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch came to San Francisco 6 years ago on a 6-year deal together. They just signed another one for 6 years. You see what I'm saying? Like the NFL will pay that dude. That's real.
yeah.
And he can get that in less time. So I don't know, bro. That's tough. That's a tough one. It's
I
tough. That's
think
tough.
the fact that it's not signed yet, and I remember a few weeks ago we heard a rumor that um if he didn't sign by Christmas, that he was probably gonna leave. I think that got some legs to it. I think that's a strong possibility. I mean, if you sitting on a 10-year, $125 million contract, it ain't signed yet. You probably you probably thinking about even you gonna take that contract and use that as leverage. He might be bouncing. He might be bouncing.
Right.
So that's gonna definitely be one to watch for. But before we get off of this NFL topic, we got to do the thing. You know, we've been dropping it every week, so we got to stick with it. A couple weeks left, but it's time for that MVP rankings, man. And I told you when we talked earlier offline that I had a surprise in mind this week. So,
I think I know who it is too, but I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
oh, and I am am I allowed to mention an honorable mention? Because it's a guy that I left off of this list, but I was toying with putting him on, and he was honestly just as controversial as my number five. But can I just honorable mention? Believe it or not, and I can't even believe I'm finna fix my mouth to say this name, but I gotta show love to the season that he is having. They winning games all of a sudden, and the stats look good, and he is not turning the ball over. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. I said it. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. Honorable mention. They are winning the division as we speak right now. When I looked it up, he got what is it, 8 or 9 total turnovers for the season. He's having his
Man, I love y'all,
the
bro.
the
I love
quarterback
you.
rating. He is
You
having
and Terry.
he having his
You
best
and
year.
Terry will never let Maker go, bro.
I
I
did
love Maker.
no, because I did make it go. I was against him the last few years, but I got to give respect where it's due. The Tampa Bay
Nah, he ball,
Buccaneers are
bro.
in the mix.
Bro, they ball. Mike Evans is balling. He balling. They got a nice connection going right now. I can't lie.
I mean, he gonna probably end up with 4,000 yards and close to 30 touchdowns. That's honorable mention worthy, in my opinion.
Nah, it
Um,
is because his best season in Cleveland, he had like 25, 27.
but
So yeah.
he also had more turnovers. Now he only got like 7, 8 interceptions for the season, maybe like
Yeah.
2 or 3 fumbles. I forget but he was no more than 10 turnovers like that. That I have to mention that. But okay, my number five. And if you thought that was controversial, where did they get a load of this one? Matt Stafford. Matthew Stafford is number five. Now, I need to mention that I feel like this is a 2-horse race. Uh, uh, it's only a 2-horse race, but we've been doing our top five, so I got to give you 5 names. But yes, Matt Stafford is, believe it or not, he's having a real good season, and he's not turning over the ball either. And they in the playoff race, whereas when the season first started, I thought they was going to be at the bottom of the barrel. So I got to show them some love on that one. But number 4, your boy Brock Purdy. I know he was at the top last week. He was looking like one of the top 2 candidates, but that was a shit show of a performance, if I'm being real. That was a terrible performance. So I had to drop him, but I didn't want to take him all the way out because of one game. But I had to drop
You
him.
gonna do Brock like that, bro?
Hey, he's still on the list. He ain't. It's a lot of people who he's just taking. They took him completely off the list. But yes, he is my number 4 now.
Hey, take bro. he threw one real pick. Those I mean, they interceptions, but man, stop, bro. Nah, anyway, go ahead. Go
It was a
ahead.
shit show.
Nah, it wasn't that bad, bro. It was
But
okay.
my number 3 is Tua. Tua had a strong performance. Um, he's been consistent for pretty much the entire year. So I got to keep him on. I got to have him on this list. He deserves to be there. But as I said before, this is a 2-horse race. And my number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, we've been talking about him all year. I mean, leading the league in rushing yards, tied for the league in touchdowns. All-purpose yards is about at the 2,000 mark, or he's about to hit the 2,000 mark. So he's having an amazing season, and
Feeling shit, man.
even in the loss yesterday, he was the one piece that still shined. So definitely got to show him some love. And he, even though most people feel like this award is locked up, I think it can. And I'm agreeing with everybody on who the leader in the clubhouse is, but I don't think it's all the way locked up. Next week it could change. I don't expect it to change, but it could change. But the number 1, the MVP in my book right now, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been on an absolute tear since like week 6. He's been unstoppable. And he's got some big wins. And yesterday was the biggest of all of them. So definitely got to show him love. But I will say if somehow he dropped the ball against Miami, McCaffrey can jump up and take it in my book. I'm not expecting that, but it is still a possibility. That's all I'm saying. But
No
yeah,
doubt.
go ahead. And shout out to Shawn Michaels. He wasn't feeling that Baker Mayfield honorable mention. He says Baker sucks. But you know what, Shawn Michaels? I don't care. But go ahead, Big Money.
Yeah, that was a cool list, bro. I agree with what you said. Like, um, if somehow, some way, Baltimore just falls apart, it could change, bro. It could. You're right. But yeah, mine is it's simple, bro. It's the same people I've been saying all year. One of them fell out, and it hurt my soul that he fell out. But it's not his fault. It's just they just have nothing. But Pat's not on it. But everything else is pretty much the same.
I agree. Hey, Pat,
Number 5, I got Jalen Hurts.
This is Pat's worst season. His worst full season statistically.
Exactly. It's not his fault. This is his worst season ever, I think, period. And that's saying a lot because he's like nobody's done what he's done in a 5-year span in NFL history. I'm not taking nothing from him, but they just down bad right now. So he's off the list. Jalen Hurts at number 5. He got back on it. He balled out. He broke Cam Newton's most touchdowns from a quarterback position record. He's back number 5. Tua jumps back on the list. He's number 4. Big win against the Dallas Cowboys. They got a big test coming up. Let me tell you, like, Tua come out and he beat Lamar. That's saying something. He'll move up too.
Yeah.
That'd be big. Number 3, I got Brock Purdy. He didn't fall too far for me because it was like, I don't know, like it wasn't as bad as everybody made it seem like. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like it was crazy, but it wasn't. I really wasn't concerned. It didn't really concern me. We lost the game, but it ain't nothing to write home about. I think everybody just overreacted. It's crazy too, like so much hate. Like I didn't realize like people don't like him. Like I didn't know that. Bro, I thought like people just didn't like the 49ers. They don't like Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that Mr. Irrelevant come back.
Yeah,
come back
like
and take
and
over
it's like
everybody.
it's like they're on a mission to not give it to him, bro. They needed just one thing. They needed one thing to happen, and it happened. But for me, like, it was like a glass half empty, half full type situation. It was bad, but it wasn't too bad. Like, I ain't never seen him have a game like that. Last time we had last time somebody for the 49ers threw 4 picks in a game, they won the Super Bowl that year. Joe Montana. Not worried about it. Not at all. I hope we see Baltimore in the Super Bowl. Beat the shit out of them.
I still think that's a strong possibility.
Yeah, I got Baltimore solid victory. They pulled out. I got nothing but respect for them boys. They showed up and showed out, humbled us. But Brock Purdy's number 3. Christian McCaffrey 2, for obvious reasons. You laid them all out. And Lamar Jackson, far and away, is number 1 this week. But like you said, bro, if he come out and lay an egg against Tua, bro, it could change. And Christian McCaffrey, they got Washington this week. You know what I'm saying? What if Christian McCaffrey come out with a crazy 150-yard game, 3 touchdown performance? What if Brock Purdy throw for 6 touchdowns this week? You see what I'm saying? Like, it all could change, bro. You right. But I don't expect it to. What I expect to happen is Lamar handle business against them and stranglehold that thing. But I don't care. Like, I don't really care if Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey win the MVP, because that's not what we're playing for, bro. We got a bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, and I still think they got as good a chance, or still the favorite to win the NFC, in my opinion.
Hell yeah!
Still show up again and and if they do see Baltimore, put up a better performance. But I will say, just looking at the history, like, Lamar does not lose to the NFC, except for Daniel Jones. Like, that's crazy. The Daniel Jones. I
saw a stat. He was 19-1. I was like,
Daniel Jones is the only one that beat him from the NFC. That's crazy.
Bro, and like Patrick Mahomes is like that too. He lost his first game to the NFC this year against Green Bay. I was like, damn. So the AFC really is superior.
Detroit.
That's crazy.
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit, bro. You're right. So he lost 2.
Opening night,
bro. Yeah, he lost 2. But still, that's crazy. Like, the AFC is way better than the NFC. It's crazy when you think about it. Like, damn. Yeah, my favorite team in the NFC, and I like to think the NFC is the better conference, but it's really not.
And just real quick, I want to mention, you threw Jalen Hurts out there, and I was looking at him. I really wanted to put him on the list because, I mean, when you combine his all-purpose yards plus he going crazy on the touchdowns, but in my opinion, just the turnovers, he got way too many turnovers. Bro got like 18 turnovers. That's more than a turnover a night. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard for me to put him on the list with that many.
But yeah, I had to put him. I mean, like, he earned his way back, in my opinion.
I get it. He's had some big performances, and the team's been.
My honorable mention for me would have been like Josh Allen. Like, he done came alive. He's turning the ball over still, but
yeah, and that was my thing with him. I thought about him, but he's still got a winning time.
He is winning, and like, he don't care where he's going, and he don't care who's playing. He is going to win the game. Like, he should have probably made the list, but I couldn't put him over any of the guys because they've been doing. Everybody on my list, they've been doing it consistently all year. Jalen Hurts 5, Tua 4, Brock. He was 22. He was 22 caliber Brock. He wasn't Glock Purdy this week. He was 22 throwing picks. Christian McCaffrey and Lamar, man, they all year they've been doing it. I can't.
I feel that. It's just, for me, like, turnovers is a big part of it to me.
That is, bro. That is.
But you got to protect the ball, in my opinion, to be an MVP.
You have to, and that's key. Like, and not to dwell on it, not to backtrack on it, but that's why I'm not concerned about Brock Purdy's performance. Like, bro, he don't do that.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He don't. And that's
not gonna happen. I couldn't foresee. If I felt like if we lost that game, we'll lose that game, but I didn't know we'd lose it like that. 4 picks was the reason we lost that game. That's crazy. Like, and they scored every time. Every time we threw a pick, they scored a touchdown straight up. It was crazy. I was like, damn, you can't win like that. So
Facts.
I'm not worried about that, bro. It didn't even bother me at all.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, y'all watching along, you watch or you come back and check this out next time, man. Give me your MVP candidates on that list. Let me see what y'all got. It'd be interesting to see. But moving along, man. Let's talk some hoops, man. We had 5 games yesterday for Christmas, and I will say that the luster of shout out to Shawn Michaels. He say Lamar is his MVP. I'm rocking with you. Oh, and I just got to mention that Shawn Michaels was my favorite wrestler growing up as a kid, the Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak
Shout out.
Kid. Ooh. HBK, man, you hard for that, bro. You
That was
hard, bro.
that dude, man.
He's in my top 5, bro.
Yeah,
He's in my
him
top.
him and the Hitman, Bret the Hitman Hart. Them was my favorites coming up.
Bret Hart, I respected him. I didn't like him. But I like HBK, bro. He was a player.
Yeah.
I like Ric Flair, all the players. I liked all the players, dude. Ric Flair, HBK. Yeah.
But hoops, man, it was 5 games for this Christmas, but the luster of the NBA Christmas games, it's not what it used to be, man. The quality was not that great. Um, it was a lot of tough games to watch. It was some blowouts. It wasn't that great. The Dallas game at the end was the best game to me. The
Yeah.
Bucks and Knicks was competitive.
It was decent.
It kind of got away at the end, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't the same. It doesn't feel like the typical Christmas games that we knew growing up. You know, none of those games, in my opinion, will make anybody's all time list.
Yeah, it lacked the star power and it lacked the jersey, the creative, dope jerseys, and
Yeah,
it just didn't. Yeah,
I
it
think the
was young.
NFL with their 3 games put up a better show.
Oh yeah, I was amped up to see the Chiefs Raiders, even though it was a dull game. I still was like, I was watching that over the other game.
Now
The 49ers.
I literally had every game. I had the tablet going. I had the TV going. I watched everything they put out there. But yeah,
Yeah, bro, it was just like, it was weird, bro. And I don't know what to attribute that to, the players or what, bro. But it was mid as hell. I'm with you on that, bro. It was crazy.
yeah. So they got to make a change. They gonna have to do something. Make it more competitive. Um, get Nike going with some jerseys. I seen in Bleacher Report, they always do it every year where somebody comes in and does like mock ups, but I saw a pretty dope one with like some ugly sweater jerseys. And I was like, oh, that would have been fire. Like the look of them. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. I'm gonna have to go back and maybe attach the link to this at the end when I'm done. But that would have been dope in my opinion. That would have at least brought a little extra flair to it. The
Mm.
Christmas games got to feel different, just like y'all did for the in season tournament. Y'all went the extra mile with them and with that and had new courts and everything. So, like, come on now, the Christmas games is historic. Like, this is the biggest in season event every year. That's something that everybody looks forward to. When the schedule is released, everybody's looking at the Christmas games before anything. And
Mm.
I feel like they letting us down on that one. And this is a
Okay.
diehard, lifelong NBA fan. And I love the Christmas games. We had a special breaking down our favorite Christmas games.
Hell yeah, that's facts, man.
So, another big event that they keep making some changes to, and I don't know if you heard, but they made a change again. The NBA All Star Game. They going back to um, the original scoring, 4 quarters, instead of it resetting every quarter like they had been doing. They're going all the way back to how it used to be. I kind of liked how it was resetting
Yeah, like
every quarter though, because it was a little bit more competitive at least. But hey, shout out Shawn Michaels. He said
yeah.
facts. Appreciate that. But I kind of liked how they was doing it with the winning each quarter. It made it a little bit more competitive to me. I think they doing a little bit too much with the All Star game. But I digress. It's still a big event. Still looking forward to seeing it. Can't wait till it gets here. And the voting has begun. And they're actually doing something else new this year where they have 3-for-1 days on the voting. So yesterday was the first one, Christmas Day, where one vote counts for three. So and just so people at home, y'all pay attention. If you all want to vote, these are probably the best days to vote. The next 3-for-1 day will be January 1st, New Year's Day. Then Friday, January 5th, Friday, January 12th, Monday, January 15th, and Friday, January 19th. Um, and the voting ends January 20th. So hop out there and and put in your all star votes. But big money. I put a vote in, man. I voted for my starters, and I thought it'd be pretty fun to go over who we think should start in this year's All Star game. So
Word, let's do it.
I don't know. You wanna come with yours first, or you want me
Yeah,
to?
hell
Or
yeah, bro.
Sean Michael say, "Ooh
Yes,
wee, yes sir, yes sir, ski."
yes. Let me go first, bro, because
Okay.
I love like out of all the sports, bro. For me, NBA All Star Weekend is the best. You know what I'm saying? Like I done went to a
Yes.
lot of NBA All Star weekends, dunk contest, 3-point shootouts, all that shit. I love it, bro. I just love it. And what it
Me and
is
you was
for
both
me
in
is,
Chicago for that All Star weekend.
man, yes, that was hey, same man. Right before COVID, that was the last one,
Yep.
bro. The last normal one. Crazy. Hey, so for me, what I love about the All Star game is just the stars, bro, and my list, my starters is straight up star power. This is how I want to see it. It probably won't go this way because we got some young and up and comers that should probably be on my list, but I ain't put them on here because they stars ain't big enough yet for me, just in my opinion. Like I know Tyrese Halliburton got a lot of juice right now, a lot of hype right now, but I'm not sold because I'm looking at him with a side eye for what I saw in the FIBA tournament.
I
Still,
feel
like
that. You
I
holding that
need.
against all the young folks, and I
Yeah,
ain't mad
I'm
at you.
mad at him.
I ain't
I'm
mad at
mad
you
at
for
him.
that.
I don't like his jump shot or nothing. He should have broke his whole ugly jump shot down. But he's balling. Though. He went stupid tonight. Did you see him tonight, bro?
I
Did you
did
see
not.
him
What would he
tonight?
do
He
tonight?
went crazy.
What would he do tonight?
He went crazy tonight, bro. Wait till you see him tonight. He went
I was
crazy. I
watching
can't.
the Bulls game tonight. They dominated for me. Like that, they dominated
Yeah,
my
he went.
attention. Shout out to Andre
It's,
Drummond. Andre Drummond
I'm
dropped
saying all
24
this
points,
about him, but
25 rebounds tonight.
yeah, he went crazy. So in the East, I you know what I'm saying? In the East, my Eastern starting five looks like this, bro. I got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum
Okay.
in the backcourt. Or no, I got my point guard is Dame Lillard.
Okay.
My two is Jaylen Brown. My three is Jason Tatum. My four is Giannis, and my center is Embiid.
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
Because I want to see the stars, bro. Them's the stars to me. And then in the West, I got KD at the four. I got Bron at the three. I got Joker at the five. Luca at the two. And I got my man Steph at the point.
Mr. Steffortless. I like it. I
Yes.
like it.
Yes.
That's a strong one. Like you
And it
said, star
probably should
power.
be Jay or Fox or, somebody like that. But I mean, I want to see Steph, bro. I
Honestly, I
want to see
think
Steph.
that's what they probably gonna do. They gonna put Steph in there. Like that's just the league is consistent like that. But
He's popular. He's probably the face of the league other than
I
LeBron.
I got two
Steph.
differences on mine. For the most part,
Right.
our lists are similar, but I like going with the young bucks. Uh, this is who I think should go, not who I think will go, because I think the league is gonna go with the typical stars, the usual suspects. But I have to put Halliburton on my list. The season that he's having, and he had a good in-season tournament where the world got a chance to see what he's capable of. He leading the league in assists. He putting up like 24 and 12, 25 and 12 after he signed the big money contract. So, and the All-Star game is in Indiana. So I got him as my starting guard with Dame. I got him and Dame in my backcourt, and I got Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid with you on that one.
Okay.
My West, same front court: LeBron, KD, Joker. Backcourt, I got Luka, and I got 𝐶𝒏 𝓚𝓲. And
I said
love
that,
Steph,
bro. It probably,
and I was contemplating putting stuff in
that.
there, and I feel like the league is still gonna put stuff in there. But 𝐶𝒏 is outpaying him in every stat, and the OKC Thunder is like 3 in the entire league, and they just beat the brakes off Minnesota tonight. I feel like they need to reward that.
Yeah.
That boy averaging 35 and
Me
5.
too, bro.
30 points, 5 rebounds, 5
Yeah.
assists. He doing
I feel like
that boy going crazy.
I feel like he needs to be rewarded for that too. He is an all-star. He probably should be the starter, but he won't get as many votes as Steph. I just feel like that.
Yeah.
So Steph for me.
I think it's going. I think it's going to end up being Steph though.
Bro, I love his game, bro. It reminds me of my game. Like, I'm not as good as 𝐶𝒏. I'm not saying that. But, like, it's just, like, so smooth and effortless. Like, everybody we know, when we go hoop, bro, they see me hoop, they be like, damn, bro, it's just like a born hooper. I'll just be like, it just seems like that's how he plays the game, bro. It's just, like, so easy. Like, you can't rush him. You can't make him go faster than he wants to go. He gets to where he wants to on the court. He gets into his spots. He hits his shots. He's nasty, bro. He can do everything. He can do all things. He should write it on his shoe like Steph. I can do all things. Like, he's great, bro. I'm not saying that. I swear I feel bad that I'm not putting them there. I swear I saw yours and was like, damn. I was like, that's cold, bro. I love that you put him there. Only thing I didn't like about yours was Haliburton, but that's personal. It's just personal for me. Because I don't even want to talk about it. It was personal for me with Haliburton. But I love both of your shits, bro. I was like, damn. Fucking 𝐶𝒏 for me was like, Doc, I love that you put him in there, bro. But I was like,
I contemplated putting Maxey in there. Honestly, I contemplated Tyrese Maxey also.
Me too. And you know who else I contemplated? De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Like him, 𝐶𝒏. But are you going to start them over Steph? It's crazy. And Devin Booker. I felt bad because I didn't put Book in there. I was like,
I don't feel bad about that because it's like, I'm not going to sit Luka for you.
Nah.
And I like Book, but he's not having the season that either one of those two dudes is having.
At all.
And me personally, I would love to see 𝐶𝒏 and Haliburton in it. Like, just show these young bucks some love because these young guards is hungry and they showing up and showing out. And I think that'll be a fun matchup, 𝐶𝒏 and Haliburton. Even though if that how it went, it'll probably be Haliburton and Luka guarding each other, but still, it'll be fun for me to see those young bucks out there because it
would, bro. It would. You're right, but like I'm the type of fan that if I'm paying my money and I'm going to see this shit, I want to see these people. I want to see Steph, Luka, Joker, Bron, and KD. I want to see Lillard.
In Indiana and you paying that money, you want to see Haliburton.
Oh, hell yeah, that's facts. Hell yeah. You want to see Haliburton, but like on that game, for that All-Star weekend, like a lot of they fans ain't gonna be in there because a lot of stars gonna buy them tickets.
Them tickets taxing.
They don't want to see Haliburton. They want to see Haliburton off the bench.
You ain't wrong on that one. But
they want to see I don't know. And you know what, bro? It's crazy. Like, I know it sounds crazy that I'm putting Jaylen Brown over Halliburton. I promise. That sounds crazy.
It's not, bro,
But
because they top of the league. They're the
yeah,
best team in the league
and
right now.
one thing I know about Boston is boy, this year of all years, when they hitting that three, bro, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, when they knocking down these three, I don't like, look, bro, I don't like the way they play though. Because I feel like you remember when Jordan was like, when Jordan hit those 6 threes on Portland. I don't know if you knew, if you see me, you're from there, so of course you have,
Yeah.
bro. You know all kind of things I don't know about that championship squad. But I heard him one time say it was cool to do that, but it took away from his game. And I'm saying that to say the analytical part of basketball, I love it, but I hate it when it comes to the Celtics because they shoot too many damn threes and they should be
They do
going to
take
the
a lot.
rim a lot.
They do take a
Like
lot.
for real, bro. And when they knocking them down, they damn near impossible to beat. But when they not, it's like it takes away from their game. Like quit shooting jumpers. Y'all can get to the rim all day. You and Tatum, Jaylen Brown. It's crazy. Like, bro, like when they are on though, when they're playing their game and their A game against anybody else's A game, they're unbeatable, bro. To me,
And
for real.
I'm definitely with you with that. On that's one of my biggest frustrations with Jalen. Like you try to shoot too much,
Yeah,
but you're bigger.
too much.
You bigger than almost everybody to try to guard you. You like physically stronger. There's no way you should not just be attacking every night.
Every damn possession,
That
like
jump that three
that bothers
should be
me about
secondary. You should be attacking on the regular. You too big. You
like
strong. Like
analytics.
yeah.
Analytics bother me in that aspect, bro. Like it makes it seem like they make it seem like it's not cool to attack. It's you're supposed to shoot.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that, bro.
Go
Like
for the high
I feel
percentage. Get
like
to the line.
it's supposed to be aggressive and you're getting a high percentage shot, but they knock it. Like they don't want you to shoot mid range. It's either a dunk or three with analytics. Like it's crazy. I feel like that like hurts the game in some ways as far as like when you're when you're developing as a player and these coaches is coaching you that way, they don't want you to work on this or that. It's either dunking or shooting threes. Like just work on that. Everything in between, it's like a lost art. That's why they be like the lost art of the mid range. It's crazy. Like, nah, you're supposed to work on every aspect of your game because when you get to the highest level, that's when your weaknesses get exposed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that, but it might not necessarily be your fault. It might be your AAU coach and your high school coach that told you, I don't want you to do that. I need you to be a 3-and-D type, but you're all around guy. But they didn't put you in a box. Like it's crazy. Like man, I swear. But that's the reason I put him in there over Halliburton more so than I just don't like him because of what he did in the FIBA tournament. It's just like they just man, like Indiana is not what Boston is for real. Like yeah, I know they get in the playoffs and I know they known as chokers, but right now, bro, they look like a damn juggernaut together. It's crazy. Like so, Jaylen Brown over Halliburton for me, bro, just because of how they play together, him and Tatum.
I feel
It's
that.
crazy.
I feel that.
I feel like they're the best duo out of everybody in the league. Brian, AD, Jokic, and Murray. Respect, they're the champs. But I feel like Boston probably would have beat them last year in the finals. I could be wrong, but I felt like Boston was a better matchup than Miami. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought so too. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you. That group has been together. That duo has been together for the longest too. So that
Yeah.
chemistry
Like
is way stronger.
if they attack more, bro, they could be so crazy, bro. They couldn't stop them, bro. Man.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's like
I totally
he
agree.
like he be quoting Kobe and making it seem like he's like Kobe. He got the Kobe band on Christmas and all of that. But bro, you shoot too many damn jumpers. Like go to the rack, bro. Yam on these fools.
Yeah, Yeah.
Like for real. Like, punish these dudes, bro. Like, don't let them off the hook. Like when the jumper's falling, it's falling, but when it's not, y'all just keep shooting it. That bothers me about Boston. That's the only thing I worry about with them.
No doubt.
For real.
No doubt. Um. So and it's another thing that came out right after we recorded last. Um. And I thought this was so interesting. And I'm just gonna say, young folks, please read the fucking contracts. Know what the hell you signing. Get a second opinion. Zion Williamson. It came out that all of the misses, all of the games that he didn't play, he played just 29 games last season. It triggered a clause for missing more than 22 games. It triggered a clause that means the final 3 seasons of his deal are now no longer guaranteed. And my first reaction is, why the fuck would you sign that? You've never been healthy. You always miss. What made you think that was going to change? Not only that, but why would you set that precedent for the rest of the league? Why would the Players Association allow you to set that precedent?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Why did the PA allow that? That's crazy.
In my opinion,
Like,
he saw that 200 mil and was like, let's go. Where do I sign? But yeah, so
actually,
after
so
next season, 2022, I mean, I'm sorry, 2024-25 season, not this year, but next year, they can cut him and not owe him a dime. And I think that is just absolutely insane. Read your freaking contracts. Listen, and if I'm sure that somebody, your representation, somebody had to been telling you not to. And I feel like you was just being young and dumb and just took it because you saw that 200. But
right,
now you beholden to the team. Like now when they tell you to lose weight, you better get your ass in that gym. You better do every fucking thing they tell you to do. You can't mess up because it's over. You never gonna get that contract again.
right, bro. They said every chef in New Orleans is looking for him because he'll eat the table.
That's sad, man. Cause
He is.
he has all the ability to be dominant when he's on court. He's amazing.
I hate that contract for so many reasons, but my number one reason I hate it is because it's stupid. And what it does, the precedent it sets for the future, the people that's coming after him. Like, you're not even looking out, bro. You got to think, like, when people sign contracts, it's always about the next person that's coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to empower teams to add that stupid clause. I hate that, bro. That's so stupid.
I
Like, Rich Paul would have never let none of Clutch Sports athletes sign nothing like that. Shout out
I
Rich.
remember.
Like, whoever
I don't know if you remember.
whoever let sign that should be fired straight up.
I don't know if you remember. I do pretty vividly. Eddie Curry. And shout out to him. We went to high school together, so I actually was pretty cool. I was pretty
Eric
tight with
Eddie
him, especially
Curry,
when he went
I remember.
when he got drafted. I remember going and hang out at the Bulls practice facility with him at the Berto Center back when Tim Floyd was coaching. I'm ended up putting up jump shots like thinking I was gonna get me a deal, and Tim Floyd was sitting there watching. But obviously I didn't. But but I remember when Eddie Curry had the heart condition, and the Knicks, I believe it was the Knicks, wanted to put a clause in his contract because of that. The association would not let Eddie sign that deal.
Mm,
Why are we not? Why did that stop? Why how was Zion able to sign this deal? You know what I'm saying? Like I and the reason the association wouldn't let him is because of the precedent. They didn't want to set that precedent going forward. If he signed that deal, then the rest of the league would be able to come out with deals like that. So how did we get here?
mm,
Like I ain't gonna lie, when I saw that, that angered me. Like that straight up pissed me off. Like how,
yeah,
Sway, how? I went
man.
Kanye on him. How, Sway? That's
Nah, for
terrible.
real.
That's terrible.
That's horrible,
We got to
bro.
do better.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the paperwork. They say the. I ain't even gonna repeat that because I don't want that to catch on. But you remember the old saying about if you want to hide something, where to put it,
Hmm.
put it on some paper.
I'm so glad you just.
but yeah, I thought that was just absolutely terrible. So um, we gotta do better. Hopefully,
Yeah.
so far he's looking good this year. Hopefully he can get it together and stick around and live out that contract, or have a big enough year that he can renegotiate and go back to the table and get that wiped out. Hopefully, because
For
that's
sure.
definitely a bad look. But before we get out of here, man, I gotta bring it up. We hyped up this past weekend, this day of reckoning, um, boxing uh, boxing night at Saudi Arabia with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and Dimitri Bivol. But man, the bronze bomber is cooked. Is absolutely cooked. You think it's anything left out there for Deontay Wilder after taking a big L to Joseph Parker?
Man, all I could think about watching Deontay get beat like that was Papa John laughing at us somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Can you imagine?
He was boy. He was laughing at us like, boy, they really thought Deontay. They really thought baby Deontay. Really? Woo.
It
Yeah,
was a
bro.
time
That
it was a time where I still believe in the past he probably could have took him, but Anthony Joshua is looking a lot better now. Since he's swapped
yeah.
trainers.
Deontay, what was wrong with his leg, bro? What was those legs? They were so
They
what
just
was that?
stiff. Like he always is stiff. Like that's always a problem with it. But to me, is he has no ability to fight inside. Like he had to stay at a distance. When
Oh,
every time Parker come inside, he schoolyard flailing. Like, what is this? This is not
he
even
was
boxing,
he
bro.
was windmilling like a girl.
Like,
I was like, what?
not one time did he like, bruh, throw a fucking uppercut. Like,
Just up, jab,
knock him
run
back
into that
real
stiff
quick. Like,
jab.
it was terrible. It was terrible. And then at the end of the fight, he had the nerve to raise his hands thinking he was going to win. I said,
Yeah,
bruh,
and
you
then
embarrassing yourself.
bro, he embarrassed himself when he said after the fight that it wasn't over. He still had more left in the tank. I was like, nah, bro, it's over. Call it a career. You're done. It's over, bro.
I remember when they was teasing him against Andy Ruiz, I was like, no, I don't want to see that. He gonna whoop Andy Ruiz. No, I think Andy Ruiz would have beat the brakes off of him now. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's probably only one potential money fight out there for him, and that's Ngannou, just because it's like a specialty fight. Like that's it, in my opinion. But I think he can make some money off that fight because everybody gonna want to see Ngannou.
Yeah.
But he's cooked, man. I think it's over for Deontay, unfortunately. So I don't know what matchup is out there left for Anthony Joshua now, since we probably won't get that matchup that we was hoping to see. You want to see Joshua and Fury? We never got that.
He should the way he's been performing, honestly, he should get the winner of the Usyk.
I agree, even though Usyk beat the brakes off of him, but I do agree. That's kind of it for him. Shout out to Daniel Dubois. He put up a nice performance, but the heavyweight division is so limited now. Yeah. And shout out to Dimitri Bivol. With a great showing. Do you think that he could win against Better Beef or Caleb Smith if he gets an
Yeah,
opportunity?
bro. Yeah, he can.
And see, I feel like he could beat Caleb Smith, but I don't know about Beterbiev.
Yeah, that better be crazy, bro. That's why I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know. It could go
but
either
that's a
way.
big fight though.
Uh,
I want to see that. That's the one I want to see.
I want that though. We
That's
we need that. Boxing needs that. We need that fight. Make that happen.
yeah.
I feel
I
like
think
Harden could
Beterbiev
pull
gonna
that
beat
off.
I
Harden,
think he gonna beat Caleb Smith. Yeah, that might be a summer fight. It could be a spring fight, but when is the Caleb Smith and Beterbiev? Is that January or February? Might be too soon. Might be too soon for a spring fight, so that might be a summer fight. But hey, shout out to him though. Bivol with another electric performance.